Morning, everyone. Welcome to Vegas. I'm Sarel Meirovich. I live in Miami. I've been in the industry for around 25 years. I'm working in the most amazing company in the world, Illumin. Any brand or agency that see our demo started to work with us. And I'm the person that solves the problems on any issue that we have. With that said, we have Dave and Cherie. They have the best relationship I've ever seen in my life. The connection between them is amazing.
Don't start rumors.
And it's so important that the relationship is so strong because SharkNinja is a disruptor, is a brand that very, very hard to work with because they're making changes on the spot. And, I was reading a lot about SharkNinja, and I would imagine that a lot of you guys have, one of the appliances that they have, or beauty, or espresso, or cleaners, or something. And Dave, the most interesting part is that management look at it as like, we're not doing something right. There's got to be something that we can do better. You look at it, I don't care about what we're selling or what we're selling well. What we're not selling, that is incredible and why the company is growing so much. I just wanted to understand, SharkNinja is one of the top 100 companies in the world. They started in 1994 as Eurocorp, moved to 2015 to change the name to SharkNinja, right? Shark and the Ninja, appliances, kitchen and everything. They're $1.7 billion, 25 products they come out with every year, 3,700 employees, and the way they came up with every product is what can we do better to that specific product to make it even better. After I'll get to you, how to work with a brand like that is like always on the move. So Dave, what's the challenges when there's 25 new products, there's always something happening, focusing on what actually not selling and what we can do better?
First, you did quite a bit of research, so I appreciate that. I think really the philosophy is there's always innovation on the horizon. And so we're never complacent. We know that if we stop innovating, stop pushing the boundaries, stop trying to think of what's next, breaking down barriers, what can speed us up, if we don't do that, then we fall behind. So in order to be a disruptor and bring new product innovation, there's a lot of things that need to happen. One is understanding what consumers need, what consumers want, or creating products that they don't yet know they need or want. So it comes through with a lot of consumer insights, social listening, reviews, ratings, just hearing what people want, what are their challenges on a daily basis? How can we solve them? So we're always coming to meetings with that mindset, obsessed with winning. Anyone that comes into a room with us, my counterparts, our sales team, our finance team, the goal and the outcome of a meeting is to win. So we collectively make these decisions based on that factor. And so it's never good enough because there's always more you can do. And if you stop innovating, stop pushing, you fall behind. Your competitors start to creep up.
Cherie, from your side, how's working with a brand that always want to innovate and do better?
It is fun.
And I just wanted to know, Cherie is at the Executive Vice President at Horizon for special missions, only working with brands that are disruptor brands that really need to go big and change the world. So that's why they put you on it with your whole team. How's working with a brand like that?
It's incredible. It's in my DNA. Starting my career over 20 years ago with a performance-first mind is the only way you can be successful on this brand, because every day we are looking at yesterday's sales, and if things are not going well, you have to pivot. You have to pivot if there's delays on products. You have to pivot if organic, creative influencer content goes viral and products are sold. Guess what? You cancel your campaign. It's a client's dream. And you just have to optimize in real time. And that's the only way to be successful in this type of business.
Just so you know, when she's saying 20 years, it's actually started much earlier when she was a kid. Her parents own a brand, Franklin, and they were just talking about retail, how to sell better. Is that true?
Yes, yes. Dinner conversations were about promo codes and selling and sales. Yes.
Okay, so fine. The life cycle for SharkNinja is 2 weeks compared to all other brands of like 18 weeks, 20 weeks, and so on. But what about media and creative? How do you guys make decisions so fast? Because we work with a lot of brands and agencies. They take them months sometimes until they decide how to do even A/B testing between creative. How do you launch it so fast? And how's the trust relationship with Horizon? It's like, you know what? We're going to go social. We're going to go connected TV. How do you test?
I mean, that's one of the nuances with our business is we can't operate like any other brand. We can't work with an agency that can't move at our speed because to Cherie's point, we optimize on a daily basis. We believe in a few fundamentals. One is progress over perfection. So we don't need everything 100% laid out. We want to test things. We want to fail fast, test often, and always push the boundaries. So we're creating content on a daily basis. We're putting new content into rotation on a daily basis. Whatever's rising to the top from an engagement perspective, a performance, conversion is what starts to rise to the top. Then we pull everything out, put new content in, and start testing. We don't go through the formulaic A/B testing because it's not our model. It doesn't work for us. You wait a month to 2 months, the consumer's moved on. They've purchased someone else, something else, and you've lost that opportunity. And we don't want to lose the opportunity. We want to capitalize on it.
How often do you guys talk between yourself and like, okay, we have to shut it down, we have to move to something else? Like, how does the process goes on a daily basis?
We are connected on Teams, on text, on WhatsApp, on everything. And it's communication 24 hours a day of what's happening. Because to the point, if there's inventory constraints in one area, we need to pivot. We need to pull investment, move it somewhere else where we have inventory and opportunity to push product. So it is a living and breathing thing. It's not a traditional business. We aren't necessarily brand builders. We're product marketers, and we want to make sure everyone who could see value in a specific product within their life and their needs gets that opportunity to buy it in that moment.
And from your team perspective, you have a large team working on the SharkNinja.
We have a large team, but I have to tell you, this entire room of people still could not get the job done. It's a combination of incredible, talented people and AI and technology. And I'd say Horizon is on cutting edge in terms of our AI tech stack to help us every day move at the speed of thought, because that is how this business requires. So people, talent, and AI and tech allows us to work with the speed and agility that I know Dave needs.
And that's an important nuance because we're different, right? When I came in and working with my peers and partners, it was very clear that there's a huge opportunity to create a marketing model and a marketing operating system that moves at our speed and helps us perform at a higher rate. It's not a traditional way of operating. It's not a traditional way of working with an agency partner. Working with Horizon, we've been building something that's really unique and special and gets us to the outcomes we need and still helps grow our business across the board, whether it is elevating the brands, it is building a relationship with consumers, ultimately driving through the ecosystem into conversion. But it is a unique model.
It's crazy that you came from L'Oreal, which is like such a big company that probably takes so long, to like a SharkNinja that you just need to make decisions on the spot. And you've been at the agency before, so you have really the perspective of both worlds, and probably it helps, the decisions with Cherie of like what we should do.
Yeah, I would say that the difference between all of those factors, thank you for going down my career journey, is really on the agency side, it was always clear to me, in order for you to make the right decisions, you have to have access to the business. You have to understand the business implications, the data from the business, not just the media performance, but truly what's driving sales, what the inner workings of finance, the sales team, the retail teams. Going into a different organization prior to this one, it's a different model. There's volume and spend. They put a lot of media and content out there, and they let it ride throughout the year. There is a lot of optimization, but it is really top-down versus as SharkNinja, we are bottom-up, and we are moving at lightning speed. No one can keep up with us, not even our competitors, and that's really the goal. That's the only way to continue to win.
Right. from the days of infomercials, of like, Mark, the owner, showing his own spots of like how to use the vacuum cleaners, to like now that like Kevin Hart, Brad Pitt, all those like, can we actually see one of the commercials? Because if you actually, let's see it.
We do have a video to show.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Somebody come and look at this. Look at this. Oh, my. I gotta go find out who that is. Somebody talking out here. Sloppy, that's who it is. Or am I just now finding out that we got a new neighbor? I mean, you would think that they would give me a heads up about stuff like this. See what's going on. Talk to me while I know he's here. Nobody tells me.
Hey, Kevin. Hey, we're new neighbors.
Yeah, I knew that for quite some time. Yeah, so one thing you should know about this neighborhood, we basically share everything. What's that?
Little welcome gift.
Strawberry?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything you need, you let me know.
You're probably gonna need something before I will, so you let me know. Okay. Like if you... Honey! No, need a gift.
Amazing. Amazing. Just so you know, 20 years ago, if you bought the stock, the SN stock, right, the SharkNinja stock, it was at $21. It's right now at $116, and all the analysts are saying that by the end of Q2, it will be at 136 to 145. So if you want to make 20%, you should. I'm not recommending. I'm just letting you know what it says on Merrill Lynch website on the stock. Amazing.
Unfiltered.
Huh?
Yeah, so to your point, we were our foundation was really the infomercial space. As we've grown, which growth, expansion, innovation are our top priorities, we've been building a model that globalizes our business. And in order to do that and create brand identity in growth markets across EMEA, South America, we needed to create more of a brand identity. We're still not brand marketers per se, but we've brought on a number of celebrity influencers that are household names that can tell the story for us, show the use of the products, how it adds value or comedic relief to their lives. And it's actually doing really well for us. And it is more of this enterprise strategy for us to get into people's households, to have recognition of not just a need of a product, right? Because there's not a lot of emotion to buying an air fryer until you get one and use it every day for every meal. Lots of emotion. So bringing in celebrities to create that connection. I think Terrence was talking about, among all the emojis, attention and retention, and that's really what we were trying to do with the celebrity ambassadors. So it's a complete evolution from infomercials, which is truly watching a video of our CEO vacuuming to show the product, the reasons to believe this is the best vacuum possible, to people understanding it is the best vacuum on the market, and bringing celebrity influencers in to say, okay, it's validating how important these products are and how real and trusted they are in the community.
Yeah, and it's not only celebrities, because you guys are working a lot on organic social. I mean, TikTok and others actually pivot the way that you sell to different audience, like the creamy, if you can touch on that, and the slushy. Both two products that my wife, when she bought the creamy, I'm like, we are the healthiest people. Why did you buy something to buy ice cream? It's like, we're not. My trainer told us that we can make other stuff with it, which is incredible. And that's how you actually expanded.
Yeah, so the influencer world is certainly a first step for us, moving into the social ecosystem, because again, the way our model is really taking consumer insights, consumer comments, sentiment, and leaning into it. What do people want? How do they want to engage in the product? And we will bring new products, new innovation that haven't yet been launched to influencers to say, test this out, try this out. If you're interested in it, let's create some content together. We don't force it. We don't pay people to do it on our behalf. We want to make sure they have a vested interest in it. And more often than not, because our innovations are always really valuable and really unique, they they take the capital. They want to create content. They want to start working with us. And so we go through this organic ecosystem that really starts this flywheel of conversation. Then we start seeing user-generated content mirroring it. And in the case of the Creamy, obviously it's does anyone have a Creamy? Oh, love it. There's some available on SharkNinja.com as well as Amazon. So please take a look. But what's unique about that is really the innovation behind Creamy was to get restaurant quality ice cream in your household, right? So you can just create it anytime you want, which is an indulgence for sure. What we found through some of our organic content and user-generated content is there were fitness influencers who started creating chicken smoothies and chicken ice cream, chicken protein smoothies using our products, which is a whole new unlock for us in terms of an audience and content strategy, where we were talking about it as a dessert or a machine for, the indulgence, like I said. It created this whole new area for us to start innovating and leaning into what our consumers are saying and doing and taking that as our marketing play and our marketing roadmap to push products.
And to take that a step further, being on top of key cultural trends is critical to success. So for anybody who watches Love is Blind on Netflix, one of the contestants, he was making chicken smoothies, and we said, let's take this to market. And we had the title sponsor in the season finale where they changed it from chicken smoothies to some like vanilla Tahitian protein ice cream. But it's about that quick decisioning and capitalizing on those consumer trends in real time.
We turned that campaign around in less than 2 weeks, I believe, signed the contract after it aired because we just moved. We see an opportunity, we want to take advantage, and we do.
Any failures that you can talk about that, from a failure you learned into like, okay, this is actually how we should do it, that became a success?
I don't know if there's any major failures I can draw to right now, but we do have this culture of fail fast. So we're always trying new things. If there are obstacles in our way, or there are mechanisms or steps in a process that slow us down, we remove them. Anything that slows down how to get us from point A to point B, we take out a process. So we'll try new things, and certainly not everything works, not everything performs for us. We do try some published or some produced content. And we find that our organic content is going to drive higher performance. So we're always iterating and always testing, but I think failure comes as part of our business model to make sure we're always doing the right thing and we're not just letting things ride.
What's next for 2026? Which country is the biggest focus? I know that you are all over the world. South America, Brazil, what's?
So our growth priorities are really every market, but specifically leaning into some of our newer growth markets like Poland, Italy, Spain, Benelux, Nordics, Middle East is a big opportunity for us. And then we really are trying to unlock Mexico. We've been in Mexico for a couple of years now, and we see a lot of potential and opportunity, and we're starting to get a lot more traction and momentum.
Can I just say one thing? Dave has been at the company since August. It has been the best. He's been the best addition. And as we think global, Dave has implemented global briefings across the country. So we had a call with 100 people, all important people, brand people, product people, local agency people, local clients. Everybody at one time knew what the objective was, knew what the revenue goals were, and we all had the same marching order. So as we think about global unification, Dave, I give you kudos. The transformation I've seen, having worked on the business for over 2 years, is unbelievable, and I'm so excited for 26.
Thank you for saying that. I did not ask her to. But it just goes down to slowing us down. If we had to brief every country, every team individually, that would take days. We don't have the time for that, nor is it necessary. We want to share as much information and data to our partners to make sure we're as successful and we can move at speed.
So we're almost done, and I always like to surprise on my panel the panelists and ask them questions that they don't know. It's quick, 10 questions. You have to answer very fast.
Okay.
You don't know the questions, so I'm going to start with you. Country you would move to for a year or two?
Portugal. No one talks about Portugal. It's off the grid, has good beaches. Yeah, right.
Cherie?
Italy.
Italy. Where in Italy?
All of it. I love it, but I love Tuscany.
Okay. Earliest childhood memory
Ever?
ever.
I don't know. Seeing my mom?
No, something that you remember that is vividly you remember from childhood.
This is, riding a bike, maybe?
Okay.
I have a good one.
Okay.
I was bit by a duck. I was feeding a duck bread and I got scared. I was like 4 years old. I moved my hand and the duck bit my finger and I have a scar.
There's trauma, deep trauma.
Okay. Best advice you'd ever received.
Really only focus on what you can control. There's so much noise, so many things happening. If you put energy into those that are out of your control, economics, things of that nature, you're wasting time, energy, and you're losing focus on what you can actually impact and move forward. And I take that with me everywhere I go.
I love that. Cherie?
Honesty and integrity. That is paramount in life. Transparency. That is, Bill's motto. That is going to get us to the next level when you earn that trust. And it's a core value.
Nothing more important than trust. Something that you believed in when you were 20 and you don't believe in anymore?
That I was cool? No, I don't really know. Maybe ducks. I didn't believe in ducks, but now I do. Cherie's converted.
I love these questions. These were not shared with me. So at age, can I just say age 23?
Okay.
I was a year and a half in media. I left the industry because I thought I wanted to own a sleepaway camp. So Gene Turner, who's president of Horizon, I resigned. He's like, we're going to camp. I'm like, I'm going to own a camp. I was at camp for 2 days and I'm like, I miss media. So he rehired me back. So what I thought when I was 20 was I was going to be a sleepaway camp owner. It was a fun experience, but no, I live for media and I'm more excited about our industry today than ever before.
I can see you being a good sleep. Blackjack, poker, roulette, nothing?
I would say poker.
Poker.
Strategies involved. Roulette,
Right.
it's chance.
Okay.
I would say poker.
Cherie?
I like single deck poker. I mean, not poker, blackjack.
Blackjack. Okay. Food you both don't like. I already know it's cilantro. I don't know how they both don't like cilantro. Why?
Does anyone like cilantro?
I love cilantro.
Tastes like soap. Who tastes like soap? Yes. It's...
More than two of you. Guaranteed.
And the last one, if you weren't in the industry, what do you think you would be doing?
Well, after yesterday at CES, probably off the grid somewhere. But early on in life, I wanted to be a lawyer.
A lawyer.
Yeah.
Huh.
And then quickly realized that's not what I wanted to do. And I enjoy media. I enjoy marketing. So happy that this is where I'm at.
Cherie?
Pickleball.
Pickleball. Okay.
At camp.
Well, we're done. I just want you to know one thing about SharkNinja when you go and buy something. They give back to the community. Mark, the owner, contributes and gives so much to hospitals, to the McDonald House, to kids, to needs. So please, this is an amazing brand, not just that, making money and growing, but also give back to the community. So thank you, both of you. It was amazing.
Thank you.
Fun.
Thank you.